Good morning. How's everybody? This is the Dynasty Pylon, or if I'm in your lunch hour at your lunch hour, welcome joining in. Today I'll be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. As we know, last year, they went into the Super Bowl, the big game. Let's see. Cincinnati Bengals, and then tomorrow we're going to do the Vikings. So let's just kind of get on with it. All right. So Cincinnati Bengals are coming off pretty much their first appearance in 33 years. It sucks that they lost by like 3 points. So unfortunately for me, I'm a little happy about that. Why? Because I really wanted Matthew Stafford to get a Super Bowl ring. He was just badly mistreated. And what is up, my guy? Good morning to you, sir. So yeah, I'm a little earlier today. As I'm testing out how early and how many views I get this morning, and tomorrow I'm actually gonna go earlier than this. So I think it's like 1 o'clock Central Time, almost 2 o'clock, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but well, I'm just testing out the waters right now and see how much, I'm testing the algorithm right now. But I said this before, but thank you for joining in. Yeah, today I'm talking about Cincinnati Bengals. Clearly, as you see the background in my thumbnail, talking about Cincinnati Bengals, and we're just kind of, well, I don't know. I'm so used to saying we. Mark is still out, or if not, he's still sleeping. But I just, I'm just waiting for him to give me the go. Once I get that, then we can do this. But right now, no issues with what's going on. I can do this on my own. But as I was mentioning before you jumped in, I was talking about Cincinnati Bengals, how they lost by 3 points after going to the big game in the first time in what seems what 33 years. So that's quite some time. So I know they are having some players coming back, especially with that line. A few missing pieces that were gone. I know Trey Hendricks is definitely going to be one of those key pieces I mentioned earlier, or I'll be mentioned later. Sorry, I'll mention later about Trey Hendrickson and how he's going to help with that defense that they got going on. So Joe Burrow, we were a little skeptical of how he's going to do coming into last year's draft. They didn't go O-line first. We all thought they were going to go O-line, and then they went with the Jamar Chase, which helped them out. They did pretty freaking good, despite what we said. And then this offseason, after the season, they proved us wrong, and they still made it. But now I think that they're going to be a lot better. I still don't think that they're going to repeat of what they did. So in the offseason, they made a few offensive moves at tackle. They sign Collins and then Alex Kappa at the guard, and also Ted Karras as their center. So it's an improvement from last year for sure. And then also they readjusted also in the draft as well. So we'll see how this line improves the pass game and the run game. We'll see. Honestly, I think that they're going to do a lot better. So I'm excited to see what they do, especially with their new pieces coming in. But Jamar Chase, obviously rookie season was incredible. Definitely rookie of the year for sure. I think it was like 13 touchdowns and 1,400 plus yards. So pretty good, man. So good for him. And are we going to get a repeat? I'm not exactly sure on that, but we'll see what happens. But there's a good likelihood chance that at minimum I expect at least 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns probably. I at least expect that. So easy. What I would say right now, Jamar is probably easy wide receiver 1 in dynasty formats. So hot take time. Okay. Big D Joe over Herbert. Okay. All right. Not not bad, really. Interesting. I would take Herbert. I actually got Herbert over a lot of QBs actually. Um, Wide receiver weapon wise, damn, they're almost similar, man. Almost similar. I mean, I know Burrow has younger receivers, but the talent of Allen is still there. Williams is great when he has a good day, and you can't deny Eckler's talent. And then with Isaiah Spiller helping him out, I don't know, man. I That's interesting. That's very interesting. And then I know the Chargers upgraded on tight end as well. I can't think of the top of my head right now without looking it up right now. But I know they had an extra piece addition there. Um, that's a hot take, man. That is a hot take. I'll remember that. Hopefully, don't hold me against that. But I know I got Herbert over. I think I got Herbert as my number 3 right now. So, um, that would be interesting if he is better than if Joe is better than her. Let's see. You said JJ is still my number 1 in Dynasty. Okay, and that's good too. I'm not blaming you on that one either. JJ's pretty good. Um, I know just with just offensive pieces moving around, coach wise, we'll see if that happens. Um, which is crazy. Like these LSU guys, JJ and both Jamar came out of the same school and they're still producing, man. It's still producing. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. That's a very good possibility as well. So, anyways, let's continue on. Let me get this up real quick before I forget, because I know I forget this like literally all the time. Yeah, let that get that scrolling here real quick. Oop. So, Chase definitely number 2. Okay. I see him as number 2, number 1. Easily one of these guys can overtake the other at the 1 spot or the 2 spot. So, it should be interesting to see what happens. I mean, they're both capable of being the number 1 or the number 2 in their position right now. So, all right, first and foremost, as we always do, let's talk about the draft. And let's see here. As I have this little piece right here. So first overall is Daxton Hill, safety out of Michigan. I think it's gonna be a very good value of piece. Definitely help out Vaughn back there in the safety, get the guys over the top. And then they went with another safety again, Cameron Taylor Britt, also another good safety. So I definitely a good security blanket. Those 3 guys definitely going to be rotating in. And this guy came out of Nebraska, and those guys somehow always produce good DBs. So I'm excited for what they're doing there. Also, they focused on the first 3 picks were just nothing but defense. Defensive tackle Zachary Carter out of Florida with the pick 95th pick. So, speaking of the second pick was actually a trade picked from the Buffalo Bills to Tampa Bay. So those guys, and then ended up with Cincinnati. FYI, it's just if anybody cares, really, not really. But so Zachary Taylor was a pick, the 3rd pick from Florida, defensive tackle, definitely going to help out Hendricks there. I expect them to probably definitely put some pressure on these other teams of with especially with the Ravens running a lot from what we're expecting. The Browns, God knows what they're going to do, and the Steelers, another team, God knows what they're going to do. I mean, those 2 teams, Browns and Steelers, are interesting to me what they're going to do. But I feel like right now we have Trey Hendrickson and then Zachary Carter coming in, helping them out. I know that if we have, I know BJ Hill's there, DJ Reader's there, Sam Hubbard is still there. I imagine Zach Carter kind of rotates within Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendricks maybe, or within BJ Hill, somewhere around there. So we'll see what happens, but great addition to that defensive line. So also moving on with the Bengals draft, the 4th round pick at 136, Cordell Volson, offensive line, North Dakota State. we'll see what happens. I mean, I know they, like I said, they had some additional pieces with Karras, Carmen, Williams, Collins being back there. I would expect him to be probably at that guard position. Probably, they improved a lot, and I know this was a big issue that we had from previous year before the draft and previous year before that. So we'll see how this happens. I mean, do we see him getting less sacked? I mean, he's going to get sacked. Regardless, someone's going to get him. I mean, I know Myles Garrett probably end up getting him at least once. I know they play them at once or twice, or they play him twice. So I know Myles Garrett might actually get one. We don't know. But he's a big threat, so we'll see what happens there. But anyways, Tyson Anderson, a previous pick from Chicago that got traded to Philadelphia, they got traded to Arizona, they got traded to Houston, they got traded to Cincinnati. So this pick has been moved around all over the place. Safety out of Toledo, Tyson Anderson. Again, they went safety heavy. So either they're not believing their guys or something, but something might be going on with Von Bell or Jesse Bates. I don't know what's going on, but I know Taylor Britt, I know is a corner. I think I mentioned he was a safety earlier. My bad. Daxton Hill for sure. We'll see those guys for sure. We'll get in there and change the outlook of what their DB situation is. I don't think they're gonna get deep balled. Like balls are like it's on them a lot, so I don't expect that. But and then we got Jeffrey Gunter at the end out of Coastal Carolina. Interesting because this guy was in the same school of Isaiah Likely, Coastal Carolina. If you're not familiar with Coastal Carolina, but those two guys came out of the same school, so interesting to see that. So, but yeah. So, hey, what's up, man? PK, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. I hope you read my message. I messaged you back. If you didn't read it, it's not no problem. Look, we're not. What times are we live? For sure, you'll catch us late Wednesday. So wherever you're at, I don't know what time frame you're at, but I know Eastern Standard Time right now. I think Central is like what, almost 1 o'clock. New York is what, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. I'm not exactly too sure on where your time zones are at right now. Let's see. What time's it in like Central Standard? Central Standard is 1, right? So I would imagine that New York is at 2 p.m. So good afternoon to you. It is now at 11 o'clock right now. So Bates is guy in the chair. Braden, what's up, dude? Bates is refusing to sign his franchise tag, and they think he's leaving after Minkah Fitzpatrick still went through. They drafted Daxton Hill. Yeah, see, this is why you're the guy in the chair. That makes sense. That makes sense on why they went so much DB heavy. They got 2 corners, 2 safeties. So yeah, you're in Iowa. Okay, cool. That's what's up. Well, not too far, kind of, right? I knew you're like what, northwest of us, so yeah. I'm thinking not too bad. But yeah, we're in Mountain Standard Time here. So right now let me see. So let me get the contract situation right now. I didn't pull that up. Let's see. F. That's not what I want. Iowa. Yeah, you're in Central Standard Time, right? So you're pretty much near Chicago. But let me get where am I at? OTE over the cap. There you go. I like using over the cap. Over the cap is actually good. All right, so the Bengals. Let's see, Trey Hendrickson. Then we got, who was it? Jesse Bates, right? So if Jesse Bates at 12 million, they're not going to sign him. They only got 15 million in the cap. Of course, I mean, obviously they're not going to give it to him all right now, but salary baseline right now would be 12. So they would have to construct that somehow, some way. Uh, but yeah, that's interesting. That makes sense though. But I mean, I know they went with 2 corners and 2 safeties. So, um, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that up just in case we go back to it. So, um, but yeah, dude, thanks for coming in. But yeah, as I was saying, PK, we do Wednesday nights. So if you're in Iowa, it's almost near Central, I think. So I think we're doing 8 your time. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And then Sunday mornings would be 10 o'clock your time right now. And then, fall and spring changes, whatever. It'll adjust. But I know but during the Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday, I'm just actually testing the algorithm right now. It's the off season, so I'm just kind of doing teams overview, see how my views are. It seems like right now the hottest spot right now is between 1 and 2 hour time, Mountain Standard Time. So, uh, yeah, I'm just kind of testing it out until we get to that time. So, um, I take that's the tag price. If he signs, they will have to choice him within the 12 mil number. Yeah. So that's basically his baseline. So he deserves it. I mean, he's really good, but if they can't afford him, they move on. You can't please everybody. So yeah. So how's that how's I want to know how you're planning and I know you had some plans with potential football channel or cooking, right? Something like that. So, let me know how that goes. And whenever you get that started up, man, let me know and we'll give you a follow and maybe we could work something, promote you or whatnot. We'll work something out, man. Anyways, so the Bengals, like I said, that was their draft. So let's talk about their depth chart, and let me pull that up real quick. Let's start with defense as we always do. The Bengals defense. Why? Because we do IDP, and we love IDP here. And if you're not familiar with IDP, well, individual defense players is where it's at, bro. All right, so we got Sam Hubbard. I mentioned all these linemen already. So Sam Hubbard, Reader, BJ Hill, Trey Hendricks, Trey Hendrickson. So Logan Wilson, one of my favorite linebackers coming in. I absolutely love this guy. He's just a really good athlete. Jermaine Pratt. Those two are going to be interesting together. They came in together, and it's just like, who's going to be a leader? I honestly think it's going to be Logan Wilson, but Jermaine Pratt is going to be is going to be just as good. You got Eli Apple as the starter, Von Bell, Jesse Bates, and Awuzie. Chidobe Awuzie, who came out of Dallas. I don't know if I messed that up. And then Mike Hilton. I'm surprised he's still there. Came out from Pittsburgh. 2 seasons ago for agency. So, don't look. Eli Apple. I know people are like, oh yeah, he sucks. He sucks. Look, man, you put Cooper Kupp on a single guy. I don't think that single guy is going to be able to be enough for Cooper Kupp, man. You're going to have to double team his ass. So Eli Apple is getting trashed on. Say what you want about him. He's still a good athlete. He's still all right. But yeah, he's getting dogged on this entire time because of that, him not being able to cover Cooper Kupp. But I mean, it is not also just his fault. I mean, that is also the safety's fault, corner's fault, miscommunication, but it is what it is. But yeah, Taylor Britt probably end up starting over one of these guys. Probably, I would say Awuzie probably, or Trey Flowers is there. Holy crap. Dude, how old is he now? 27? I feel like he's been in the league forever, man. So yeah. Am I grabbing any of these guys out of IDP leagues? Yeah, hell yeah. Probably Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson, Von Bell is probably one of my main key ones that I'm probably going to go after. But then of all of the Bengals IDP guys that I would probably get on my league is definitely Logan Wilson. I actually been trying to get him in my IDP dynasty, but it's not happening. Unfortunately, that individual is just the most difficult trade partner I've ever met. So it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Braden, you're familiar with that. So all right, let's move to the offense. All right, so Joe Burrow, obviously, this is a hot take from Den Boys. If you just got here, Den Boys is saying that BD Joe is gonna be number 3, number 2. Can't be number 2, man. It's got to be number 3, right? Because assumingly you got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes over him, right? And if you put Joe over Herbert, so you're saying Joe's number 3? Let me know what you think about that. But obviously, in my opinion, I think it's going to be Josh, Patrick, and Herbert. But that's just what I think from the first 3 QBs coming out. But I don't know. He says Joe's going to be over Herbert. So anyways, so Joe Burrow, and then his backup is Brandon Allen. And who's he throwing to? T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd. I mean, 3 outstanding guys. I mean, if you land one of these guys in your draft, I think I'd be happy with either one. Like, I don't really care. Even Tyler Boyd is still producing. I mean, him as a good wide receiver 3 in an offense that produces number can easily be a wide receiver 2 part of your fantasy lineups. So I like Tyler Boyd regardless of the fact. I know in dynasty formats right now, it's like, here's my guy. In dynasty formats right now, I think that people should go buy T. Higgins. I know you're not going to be able to get Jamar Chase. That's you're going to have to trade up the entire farm for this guy. Like probably 2 firsts and another receiver. Yeah, there's probably owners that want 3 firsts. I don't know. Obviously, he's like the wide receiver number 1 in dynasty formats, or number 2, as Dan Boy said, because why he disagrees and say JJ is number 1, and that's Justin Jefferson out of Minnesota. So I can't. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Like earlier, I said that. So, but I think right now, if you're gonna get one of these guys, I think T. Higgins is probably your best bet. I mean, this guy is still valuable. He's 23 years old in dynasty formats. The guy's big. He's 6'5", 2 something. I didn't even check it. Let's see. 6'4", 215. All right, so my bad. I was off by 1 inch, but still a big guy. Gets targeted a lot, and the price for him won't be as high. I think you could probably get him cheaply, rather than spending so much draft capital or even players on your dynasty teams to get T. Higgins or to get Jamar Chase. I think you'd be better off getting T. Higgins. I mean, people are probably going to double coverage Jamar Chase, and then maybe T. Higgins gets open. Tyler Boyd's probably even a cheaper one. But I don't know. Test your luck. For Joe Burrow owners out there, I would try and get him. I would try and get one of these guys, either T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. Just try it. See what the owner says. Try and sell him something and see what he or she says, and maybe you can score yourself the stack with Joey B and one of those 2 receivers, because you're not getting Chase. Like those guys are just impossible to get. I have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lawrence. So those are your order. All right, so Allen, Mahomes, Lamar as your number 3, Burrow and Herbert. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Do you think Lamar is going to do what he did 2 years ago? Is this why you put Lamar so high, because of the rushing aspect? Because right now they're what we're assuming is a run first team. So I'm interested in why you have him at 3. Or is this your list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is this he just happens to be in this particular in the middle? All right, so as I mentioned before, the line had a bit of an upgrade. We talked about it earlier. Whoop. What am I doing right now? So we talked about the line. Obviously, Alex Kappa they went out to Karras, and then it was just an improvement on all three positions with the addition of Kappa, Karras, and Collins. So, Volson, I think he ends up getting it in there somewhere. But it should be interesting to see that this line dramatically got a little bit better. And I know people probably will, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then right now it's all we're about to open up, more information. We got 3 weeks until camp officially starts, get more reports from it and whatnot. Right now they're just doing their mini camps right now, but once we start seeing preseason practices and stuff like that, I think it's like in 3 weeks or something like that. So I'm excited for that, because then that will help us in our dynasty leagues on who we should pick up, man. Hopefully your dynasty leagues have waiver wires. I know I do. I have weekly waiver wires during preseason. I think it's pretty fun. I don't like having like it fully open and then it just creates chaos and madness. But I typically have weekly waivers during preseason, and then once kickoff starts, it goes to normal open waivers and free agency, so like that. But overall, he's got weapons galore, in my opinion. And then you can't. And then Hayden Hurst. Okay, people might be fading this guy, but Hayden Hurst did amazing with Matt Ryan in Atlanta, and then didn't do so much when Kyle Pitts was the first year, I think. And then where did he go? He went to, Pitts came in, kind of faded him out. But I think he's gonna be a really sneaky pick here. I think that they're gonna use him more than they did in Baltimore, and they're gonna use him more than they did in Atlanta. Joe Burrow threw to CJ Uzomah pretty significantly amount. It would not surprise me if the former first rounder Hayden Hurst becomes one of the most sneakiest picks in this team. I want any of those pieces. Give me Hayden Hurst. Give me Tyler Boyd. Give me not gonna get Jamar Chase, but in the redraft, I'll try gunning him in the first, or give me a T Higgins. I want any of these guys and stack them up with Burrow. So you say I think Lamar goes over 1,000 rushing again with 8 touchdowns, throws 30 touchdowns back to MVP for him. Okay. Throws 30 though. I don't know about that. I don't know about throwing 30. Maybe. I just don't believe in what he's got right now. Bateman's got to prove a big. Bateman could be really, really good this year, or he could be really, really bad. So I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, that's your order. So this is your order. Okay. I mean, I see that. I would put Lamar 5th here, but Allen, I would go Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Lamar. But I mean that could easily happen too. If that happens, that is a very, very, very good possibility, because 2 years ago he didn't really have that. It was just him running pretty much, and then he was like, "Oh, he's Michael Vick." I'm like, "No, dude, like he's no one's Michael Vick." No, dude. I could see that though. Hayden Hurst can be one of the most sneakiest pick of tight ends, and if that happens, I don't know, man. I'm excited because I like Hayden Hurst. He's a really cool player. He's a really cool dude as well. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll really see what happens, dude. I'm telling you. All right, so let's move on to the running backs. Joe Mixon, man. I love you. I hate you. I don't want to draft you. I've had some bad luck with this guy. And anybody in there who knows, I drafted this guy every year since he came out, except for last year. The 1 year I don't draft him, he does amazing. Just does the best he's ever done in his entire career. And that was the 1 year I don't have him. I'm like, this mother freaker did really good the year I don't have him. And does he repeat what he did last year? I think so. The line got better. It's I think they're going to establish the run a little bit more. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I think it's a very good possibility that we see that. Oh crap! But I just know. So of course you got Samaje P. Ryan still back there, and then you got Captain America as a third string back there as well. So that's because Mixon was playing for me. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, get out of here, dude. He knew I needed him. Okay, dude. Yeah. The fantasy gods just said, you know what? Braden has Mixon. Let's just give him all the points. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. But no, my guy, it was just luck. It was just luck. But you know what? Best of luck, dude. I think it's gonna happen again. It might happen again. All right, so let's go. I'm definitely high on Bateman, and I think Devin Duvernay breaks out. Plus, I think Andrews is by far the tight end one with 1,300 yards and 50. Dude, these numbers, man. You're saying that half of Lamar's touchdowns are going to freaking Andrews. That's what you're saying. You just said he's throwing 30 and 15 to. He has some bold predictions, my guy. Bold predictions. I don't think. Give me 8 with just at 1,000. You really think he's going to have 50%? 50%. 50% of his touchdowns are going to Andrews? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that he's going to run it a lot. When they get to the goal line, I think it's going to be stupid Gus Edwards getting these goal line work. I guarantee you. If not, yeah, I don't know. Dobbins hopefully stays healthy. That'd be nice to see. But I'm not giving you 50% of the touchdowns that Lamar is going. Those are some really big hot takes, bro. Hot takes. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully, if you're right on this one, man, remind me to come back to the Bengals overview show, and then I will clip this little part right here. Both of this right here, this basically the next 2 minutes, and I will give you mad props for sure. But that's pretty bold, bro. It's pretty bold. Probably more likely 10, but I'm predicting huge. I say 8 with 1,000. 8 with 1,000. I can see that. Double digits. Because double digits would probably put him at tight end 1. Is he tight end 1? Yeah, probably. I can see that. I don't see 13. That's 3 more. Tight ends typically don't get, like, we can go with tight ends with like a 5-week drought and they score 2 touchdowns in that week and they're freaking tight end 1. Tight ends is the most difficult position to have, unless you're freaking Kelsey Andrews or Pitts, which stupid Mark are my co-host. If you're not familiar with him, he's been gone for a little bit, but he's still getting better. Freaking that guy on our Dynasty League has both Andrews and Pitts. This guy runs a double flex tight end. He runs a flex tight end with his tight end starter. He runs a double tight, and he's getting mad points. And then the week Lamar went down, he went and got himself, what's his face? I can't even think of his name right now. Tyler Huntley went out and balled out, and it was just Huntley to Andrews. Like, this guy, this freaking guy. But yeah, it was nuts, bro. It was nuts. Anyways, all right. So talked about the offense a little bit. Let's jump into the schedule. And as you see it kind of scrolling there at the bottom, let's get up here in my face so I can actually see it better. And we'll do that. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Steelers week 1, Cowboys, Jets, and then we have a primetime game. Amazon Prime Video is hosting this one Thursday at 8:15 p.m. The Dolphins. It's gonna be interesting, very interesting. And then we go to the Ravens. Then we go to the Saints. Then we play the Falcons. Play the Browns. Play the Panthers. And then the Bengals have a bye week right where I've been saying this. That is the best time to have it between 9 and 11. That is the best time to have a good week of bye. I'm loving that right there because you can ultimately see how the back end is going to be a little bit more tougher than the front end. So you got the Steelers, Cowboys, Jets. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 easy wins there. Probably the first half of the week, maybe 5. But moving on after the bye week, we have the Steelers, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Browns, Patriots, Bills, and Ravens. So let's say they split with the Ravens, split with the Steelers. And I don't think they're going to beat the Cow. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. Cowboys and Jets, or Cowboys and the Bengals. That's going to be a very, very interesting one. Let's see here. We talking about he had 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns last year, and the Ravens were pretty bad overall. 15 touchdowns is a little outrageous, but not impossible at all. Okay. All right, touche, man, touche. We'll see if that happens, though. We'll see. Because you're right. I mean, even with Marquise gone, that doesn't really change it because then he'd probably be the main target to go to. So if he had 13 with 9 touchdowns, I mean, I don't know. Let's see how that happens again. But you say 11 wins. Okay. All right. Let's see. Split with the Steelers, split the Ravens. Say the Jets, the Dolphins, Falcons. Split with the Browns, the Panthers, Titans. I said split with it. I'm gonna say I'm going to say 9. 9 wins. 9 to 10 wins. Give or take a lucky game here and there. I'm going to say 9 to 10 games. Which is probably enough for them to actually get playoffs. But I'll see. I don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Joe Mixon. There's going to be some nasty with an improved line. It's going to be nasty, like in a good way. So, I think they split with the Ravens, but win the rest of the division. Okay. I think they split with the Browns. They might split the Ravens. I don't think the Steelers are going to be much of a threat yet. And I think they go 9 to 10 wins, making the playoffs again, barely. I think they went 10-7 last season and they made the big game. So, Brayden, where you at? Well, there's DraftKings 10, FanDuel 9.5, BetMGM 9.5, and Unibet is 8.5. I did say 9-10, right? Did I say that? 9-10? 9-10? 9-10 wins. So, I mean, average, that seems about 9.5. So, I'm interested on what they do. I think they make playoffs again. So we'll see. We'll see how that happens again. Honestly, I'm excited for what they do. Do I see them doing a repeat of last year and going all the way to the big game? I don't know. That's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard. But do they have potential of it? Yeah, it's 100% sure. I don't think the Steelers are fully developed yet. Especially with new quarterback there. It's going to be interesting to see what they actually do there. But then, coming in with the loss of Marquise Brown in the Bengals, or sorry, in the Ravens, that's going to change their receiver core, because then we have to rely on freaking Bateman. And I know Bateman is going to be he's a high prospect, but do they do it again? I'm not sure. And I'll take that unit bet over for sure. 9 should look a lot. I think so too. I think that is a lock too. 9 for sure. But again, so Steelers and Ravens are pretty much their biggest threat. Browns are probably their biggest threat on the defensive side, but we don't even know if Jacoby Brissett, if Jacoby Brissett's the main guy there at Browns. I mean, dude, I don't know. I can't explain what's happening there with the Browns situation. I know there is a lot of controversial talk with Watson missing the entire season, which more than likely is going to happen. But then again, do they let him play? I don't know. But the league or whatever is looking at to try and get him suspended the entire year again. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. It's just too much, man. Too much. Dude hasn't played in what freaking a whole season. It's gonna be 2 seasons. We're looking at a 25, 26-year-old coming in, still young. I mean, as a quarterback, he can easily, like I said, I would imagine these guys just come back, jump on the horse, or get on the bike, and it's like a bicycle. They just learn how to do it again after a couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure. But again, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. So, anyways, the Bengals. What do I see? Ultimately, I see them doing very well. Ultimately, I see them going back into playoffs, probably winning the division again. If the Ravens do as good as they did 2 years ago, and just look Lamar, just do your thing. Because clearly we didn't get you any weapons. So you got Andrews and Dobbins and Bateman. Good luck. So how many primetime games they got? Those are always fun. All right, so primetime games. Bengals have week 4 Dolphins, week 5 the Ravens, week 8 Browns, week 11 Steelers, and week 17 Bills. Holy crap. They have a Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, and Monday. They have 5 primetime games. 5. Should be interesting. Should be really interesting to see. So, thanks, Braden. Thanks. But yeah, I think they're gonna make playoffs again. Easy. Especially with at least 9 wins. We'll see if they do it again, and then we'll see who they get matched up with there. Do they win the Super Bowl? I think not, but there is a possibility. Look what the Niners did last year. They beat 2 teams, and I just talked about the Niners during the Cowboys episode. They knocked out the boys, and they knocked out the Packers. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't see that happening. Nobody saw that happening, but they did it, and they almost won. And they lost to the Rams. The Rams said, "Look, what are you doing? You don't belong here." So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Again, My biggest buy right now, and I can see right now is get yourself T. Higgins, Hayden Hurst, or Tyler Boyd, because you're not going to get yourself Jamar Chase. That's going to cost you way too high in dynasty leagues right now. But I think right now, if you go after T. Higgins, I think T. Higgins, for a valuable price, you might have to be able to trade. You might have to trade something for him, but the price isn't as high as Jamar Chase. They win their division, but don't think it makes past divisional round of playoffs. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm also thinking too. So we're on the same level. We're on the same level, dude. So, but honestly, I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think they get to the big game again. I really don't think so. I think everyone's improved. Like pretty much the entire league has improved one way or another. But regardless of the fact, we'll see what they do. When it comes to playoff times, I've seen some crazy plays, some miracles happen for sure. It's the NFL. It's interesting to see. So I'm excited to see what we have. A few more weeks before we start getting more news. I think in about 3 weeks, the reporters will be able to get more news out to us, and we'll get to see a little bit more film. And then when the hell does freaking HBO's show come on? What is it? Freaking the HBO show. You know what I'm talking about. It's the Lions this year, right? You know what I'm talking about. That HBO show. They did Dallas Cowboys and the Colts last year. Why can't I think of the name? You know what I'm talking about. Braden, where you know what I'm talking about. Hard Knocks. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus. Yeah. Hard Knocks. Okay. So all right. So after what they did last year, I think expected they make the playoffs. Anything less falling short, but the AFC stack and it's anyone's year. Yeah. Everyone's and Kitty goes me. Yes. Everyone has done. Yeah. See, I'm sorry, guys. I'm an idiot, man. I didn't brain fart. Hard Knocks. They might as well just call it Jared Goff's Knocks this year, because that's his what, third season in it, and yeah, that's the one. Starts in August, and damn, Braden. See, this is why you're the guy in the chair, man. Pinpoint August 9th, Tuesday. There you go. August 9th. So I'm excited for that. I'm really excited because I like myself and Braden, we got this little small love for the Lions this season. I think they're gonna turn some heads. I know I don't want to rant on them too much, but I got some high hopes for them, man. Got some high hopes for them. I think they're gonna turn heads this year. If they weren't last year, they will for sure this season. But we'll see. But look, PK, thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know what your plans are when you start your channel. I did not forget about that. So I know, hit us up, hit us in the comments, and we'll see what we can go from there. And maybe we can work something out. So anyways, like I said, ultimately, I think they make playoffs. I really do. I don't see any negative about it. Honestly, they improved their line, which I'm happy, because a lot of us were like, what are they doing? Why aren't they fixing that line? They did something about it finally. Like drastic moves. So with the addition of these new rookies coming in, I expect, these safeties and corners to definitely help out with with their defense. So we will see what happens. Tomorrow, I will be on earlier. I still get the same numbers. So thanks, guys, for coming in. I will probably go on, if I made 10:45 today, probably about maybe 45 minutes earlier. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If everything works out, I could probably undo it. But tomorrow, I believe I am covering, let's see, the Minnesota Vikings. I think I'm doing the Vikings tomorrow. Yes, it is the Vikings. Oh, you were supposed to do that today. What happened? Did I miscalculate? I miscalculated. I told someone I was doing the Vikings today. That's all right. They're not even here. But I'll be doing the Vikings tomorrow. And then on Monday, I believe I'll be doing the Buccaneers. Did I already do the Buccaneers? I did not do the Buccaneers yet. So that's what I'll be doing. Tomorrow's the Vikings. So any Vikings fans, let them know. I don't know. Come here, defend their team, or talk some shit. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. Anyways, that's the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they making playoffs? Yes. Are they going to be good? Yes. Go get yourself some T. Higgins. That's all I got to say. And just maybe Hayden and also Boyd, but we'll see. Why? Because they're cheaper than Jamar Chase. So that's just what I think. I'll tune in and boo the whole time, man. That's right, man. You got to, man. You got to. You're what? You're a Packers fan, right? Yeah, you got to. But ultimately, it's going to be, we'll break them down. It's an interesting team, especially with the whole change going on with the Vikings. Are we going to see freaking Cook do it again? I'm not sure if he stays healthy, blah, 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 blah. Purple incarnation of Satan. Oh, my gosh, dude. Dude. No, man. Leave that guy alone, man. He's there every freaking game. Leave that guy there. Every game he's there. If you're talking about that super fan that he's there. But yeah, dude. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll do that. I'll go on a little bit earlier. I don't know if Mark will be here. He's not really a morning person sometimes, but as far as PK, I don't think you've ever met him yet, have you? If you go on the other videos, he's the other freaking guy with glasses and beard. He'll come on every now and then, but he's going through some stuff right now, going through some illness. So he's doing okay. He's fighting through it, but we'll see if he comes on tomorrow. Anyways, that is it. What I got for today for the Bengals. Tomorrow, of course, like I said, the Vikings. And then we'll go from there with the Buccaneers on Monday. Because why? I'm lazy and I don't want to work on the weekend. So I'm not going to do Saturday or Sunday. Oh, do you know what? I lied. PK, I will be here Sunday morning. But I will be with the rest of the channel, Nerd Huddle. And then I forget. Sundays, I feel like are just they're my favorite days, to be honest. Because those guys come in here and we talk so much crap. Brian from the Panda and Koala show over there. It's Panda and Grizzly, to be honest, but I dub it freaking Koala. I yell at Mark to get on. Look, if he doesn't, he doesn't. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, he should, because that's his second favorite team. But if he doesn't, don't sweat it. Just let him be. Let him live his life. Whatever. It's fine. He's the one missing out. That's all. But I do like his insight. So anyways, that is it. Today is the 30th. Tomorrow it'll be the 1st, right? Tomorrow will be July 1st. Holy crap. Okay. Ooh, it's draft day tomorrow for our league. Interesting. I am excited for that. All right. So anyways, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at in the world. Stay safe. I hope you guys tune in for tomorrow. But again, my name is Martin, and signing out for Dynasty Pylon, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, lunch hour, morning, wherever you're at during that time. So thanks for watching, guys.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.